In this lesson, we'll look at both addition and subtraction of fractions. And when we encounter something like a half plus 2/3, what do? Does that just become 3/5? As we'll see, it does not. Before we can add a half and a certain number of thirds or fifths, we'd have to find the lowest common denominator, which we're going to spend some time doing. And once we've done that, it's very easy to either add or subtract the fractions. For example, 3/5 plus 2/3. On a test question, there'd probably be a wrong answer of 5/8. Maybe the other one would be 5/15, as if you add here and multiply there. But of course, we can't add these until we come up with something that's in common. We can't just combine fifths and thirds. So what do? We try to come up with a number that fifths and thirds would have in common. If we double the fifths, we would have 10, but that doesn't work for 3. 3 times 3 is 9. That doesn't work for 5. At this point, we should just multiply 5 by 3, and then we can work with 15ths. So how do you turn fifths into 15ths? You multiply each number by 3, the numerator on top and the denominator on the bottom. In order to turn thirds into 15ths, we're going to multiply both numbers by 5. And so we get 9/15. We're going to combine that with 10/15. Now that we're working with 15ths, we can just add 9 plus 10 equals 19. One of the wrong answers might be now 19/30, but no, we're going out of our way to put these into similar terms, 15ths, and then we just combine 9 plus 10 of them, 19/15. And in another lesson, we know that that would further be reduced to 1 and 4/15. Same idea with 3/8 plus 1/2. They're not in the same terms, so let's find the lowest common denominator. 8 would actually work for both 8 and 2. We just need to multiply both of these numbers by 4 then. And then we'll have 3/8 plus 4/8. 3 plus 4 is 7/8. What about subtraction? It's really the same idea. If we have fifths and thirds, we can't just subtract it out until we come up with the lowest common denominator. But of course, it's the same as before. Multiply the top by 3 and the bottom by 5. So that we have 6/15 minus 5/15. 6 of these minus 5 of these. We have 1/15 left. Not a very common fraction though, 15ths. Make sure we have it. 5/8 minus 1/2. Again, 8 can work for the lowest common denominator. Just multiply the bottom fraction by 4. And some of you might just say, well, isn't a half 4/8? Yeah. But we're just doing it step by step. So 5/8 minus 4/8. And as always, 5 minus 4 is 1. So the addition and the subtraction part, very easy. It's just that we have to find a lowest common denominator. If we're already in thirds or in fifths, just add or subtract the top numbers. Here we're doing the first step, finding the lowest common denominator. You might have a question that just finds the lowest common denominator. Probably more likely you'll have questions where you have to do that in order to do what we just did here. So what number do these two denominators have in common? Once we've done that, we can simply add or subtract.